So I came back to my grandparents' farm. I don't know how much I'm going to be hunting here for the rest of the year because, I don't know, I think in the last video I did, I showed that they chisel plowed my field. I don't know how much I'm going to hunt here, but there is a lot of tracks, especially along the edge of the field. I'm sitting in the killing stand mainly because it's more in the center of the field, so if one comes out down by the southwest corner, I can reach out to it. It's still gun season. You know, in this stand I can reach the southwest corner, Gemma's box, and then pretty much anywhere out here in the field. I got my 450 Bushmaster. It's the first time I've hunted since deer camp. I've been pretty busy. Honestly, I just wasn't that excited about coming out here. Like in my head I was thinking I'm probably not even going to hunt here this year. Just let whatever ones lived through the year just make it till next year. I'm about to visit my grandparents. My grandpa was telling me that they were down at southwest corner stand, you know, like 4 o'clock, and they just stood there. They stayed. He said there was like 10 or 15 deer. After he told me that, I decided I was going to get a couple of trail cameras, set them out, and I took all my trail cameras to deer camp. Just unfortunately, you guys probably saw that we didn't see anything again. We saw 4 deer. He told me that they're out there, so I decided I set up my trail camera and I drove out there, and they got into all the turnips that I had planted that the chisel plow had been digging up. So, and then also I planted a bunch of radishes and the chisel plow tore those up too. I didn't think the radishes produced. I thought I got them in too late, and they didn't get huge. There's one that sprouted that I planted early in July, and it's like 15 inches. But then all the rest of them are basically the same size as like carrots that you buy in a store, grocery store, etc. So I didn't even know they produced. So they've obviously been over here eating those, and they grow right in front of I have 3 plots that I found that they tore up. One is right in front of the southwest corner, one's right in the middle of the field, and then one's about 60 yards straight out in front of me. So the buck that I had missed in my I'm the Worst Hunter video, he's still alive. He was on camera this morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, so that's a good thing. I wasn't sure if he was going to make it, to be honest. He's putting himself out there so much during the bow season, you know, like I could have shot him a couple different times if I had my rifle, my gun, any gun. He was just out of bow range. And I just showed up last night on my cellular Stealth Cam Fusion trail camera. It's been a little touchy lately, so we're gonna see. I put a new card in it. Sometimes if you have a weird card, it's acting funny or whatnot, it won't work right. But it just hasn't been sending the pictures, but it's been taking pictures. And they took my money, so it should be working. I'm hoping to see what other deer are alive. Still, that sucks. The wind is literally blowing right at them. So I have a northeast wind, I guess. That's stupid. Whatever. So that buck I missed a few weeks ago, he's over there right now. And then there's another 8. At first I thought he's bigger than he is, unless there's 2 8s over there. But the one looked like the one that I shot, the pirate buck. And if you guys are new or whatever, the pirate buck, I shot it earlier this year, and everybody for sure thought it was dead, and it definitely did not die. I thought that they were both out there, but I think it's just hard to tell on my camera. I think it's just a smaller buck. But regardless, I'm glad to see that tall buck made it. They could come over and eat some turnips and beets or whatever. It's out there, but I just don't see them coming across. The wind's blowing right at them, so they'd have to come across down the fence row and then come this way. So you never know, it could happen, right? I still can't figure out what deer those are. That might be a deer I don't think I've seen. He's decent. I don't think he's as big as the pirate buck. I don't know. It's really hard to tell because I'm looking through this little tiny screen right here. But there's still some doe chasing going on. I'm seeing a lot of chasing going on in the woods, and it looks like they're walking towards the cornfield. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of deer in those woods right now. It's that time of year where they just go there and they just stay there. think I've seen 3 deer come out of there, over there in the cornfield. One seems to be a decent buck. It's hard to tell. I'd really like to know what bucks made it through. I mean, obviously, everybody wants to know that when they have property and their neighbors only come out to deer hunt and gun season. I'd like to know if the big old buck made it. I don't think he did. I heard a shot open in the morning, and I have a gut feeling it was him. He was injured. He came out. I literally didn't see him until like 3 days before gun season. All year I haven't seen him. He was on my trail camera early in the year, which I think I only had him on trail camera 2 other times. And one was when he was a really young buck. I don't know where he is. He came out, he started walking. It seemed like he was walking down towards the road, but then also towards our fence row. I was thinking maybe he'd pop out and then come back up to get those turnips. But I don't see him anywhere. I haven't seen him in a while. There's a buck. I don't know if it's him or not. I think that's the buck I shot. I think that's the pirate buck. I have my brother in there. My brother and I think Ryan named a couple more does. Still not good for me because they're not on my side of the field. I'm wondering what's so tasty down there. Like, they never went that far. I mean, I guess they just work over an area and then move to a different area, and that's where the corn is left. I guess. I don't know. It's weird. Don't understand deer sometimes. But they're all pretty close to that fence row. So that one doe's been down there in the fence row for a good half hour, at least. I don't know what, she's just looking off in the distance. And then, I mean, they're just kind of all over that field. I don't know where that buck went. Looks like there's a deer right behind her. I can't tell if that's a deer am I blind eye or not. A lot of things look like deer in that fence row, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, so there's another doe right beside her. I haven't seen that buck in a while. He's there somewhere. Just don't know where. I don't think he's that big though. It's so hard to tell. Well, it felt good to get back out on the farm. Pretty much same old story as always. You know, I mean, this is the way it's been for years. Back when the neighbors had cattle, it wasn't quite as bad. I mean, I didn't see as many deer back then either. They just weren't as active. It's always been a safe zone. It will be a safe zone until that family doesn't own that property anymore. We got 3-4 weeks left of deer hunting. You know, it was nice to see a buck come across during gun season. We'll see if that holds up. Maybe another one will come across. There was a lot of beets and a lot of turnips torn up. I was really surprised at how many were actually pulled out of the ground. And I know the plow did most of it, but it looks like the deer have really been getting at it too. There was a lot of hoof marks and a lot of half-eaten turnips and beets and so on. So that's a good sign. I mean, they've been in them. I have trail camera pictures, and you know, I'm glad to see that buck that I missed has made it so far. You know, if he makes it through the entire gun season, I don't know. It's one of those things that I might have to let him slide, because he's a big buck. He was here last year. You know, he's here this year. You know, hopefully he doesn't get hit by a car. Man, you know, come bow season, if he comes within range again, and I don't get him during gun season, I might pass. I might pass on him, because he will be a huge buck next year. Because he really grew this year, but next year, I mean, he has the potential to be a very, very big buck. I don't know. It's one of those things. You know, if I let that happen, I'll never see him. So I don't know. Thanks for watching. Comment down below. Hit that like button. Subscribe. I gotta go.